Happy Monday, everybody. All right, I'm on day 6 of the no blank zone. So, at least, according to my fingers, day 6. So I got 2 more days. Man, so for someone who is interested and who likes politics, this is really, really, really hard for me. All right, let's see. Is he still in the box? So put him in the box, and yeah, he is. He's getting a little lighter. Hope he doesn't leak. Ew. Ew. Why did I go there? Why did I go there? All right. Got lots and lots to talk about without talking about anything. It's going to be tricky. So, a lot of court cases going on. Today is a huge court day. Prayers for the people in Florida. Once again, getting smacked. So, overall, we have this super full moon coming up on Thursday. I think it's around 6-ish, plus or minus. You have to look it up unless I wrote it down. 6:35 Pacific time. Wow, I amaze myself sometimes. And my younger brother, he lives up in San Francisco, and he's got his camera. He's an amazing photographer. He's got his camera all ready to go, and he's going to be on the Golden Gate Bridge. How cool is that? I think I would rather see the moon behind the Golden Gate Bridge, but I'll leave it to him to compose this shot. It's going to be beautiful, I know. We've been having really clear skies, so hopefully it'll stay that way. You never know with San Francisco. What is it? The coldest winter I ever spent was a summer in San Francisco. Who said that? I think it was the guy from Missouri. Anyway. So this super full moon coming up Thursday. It is the closest time that the moon is, it's the closest the moon is going to be to the world, to the United States, the center of the universe. Okay, the world, and that will produce a lot of give and pull and give and take and give and take. So, since we are made up of mostly of water, since the moon is going to be having a lot of tidal pulls on the planet, we can expect certain, I would say, flooding in certain areas. But more than that, our emotions are going to be whacked. Okay, we're going to be going. I feel from one extreme to the other, just because we're mostly water. We think we're mostly brains. No, mostly water. We just go in and out, flow in and out with the tides. This one's going to be a big one. This one's going to pull us to extremes. And so we just need to be careful of that. And I mean, it's certainly okay to feel those extremes. You can't not. However, we don't need to stay there. We need to go get, go into the chocolate room, as we talked about on Sunday. And the other thing that when I think about this, when I think about the pulls, the ebbs and flows of this full super moon, I think about the center of the earth getting down past the skin of it. And there are some people that suggest that there's a large amount of water in there. Certainly there's liquid, molten, hot stuff, magma, lava, rocks. So whatever you think is underneath the skin of it, that moon is going to have a gravitational pull on that. So get ready for some earthquakes. And I think, get ready for some volcanic activity too. So let's take a look at that. What else do I want to look at here? One of the things too that this full moon does do is it brings clarity to the unclear. It brings clarity to our justice system. What we thought was true, we may find out is not so true. And when I was thinking of this, someone was saying that it shines a light on illusion, deception, and so I'm thinking, okay, well, I can't talk about where I want to go with that, but if the other side, if my Republican hillbilly brother and his pals are getting together and they're chat-chitting about politics, do they think that we are the illusion, that we are the deception? Certainly they do. So is that going to bring light to our illusions? The liberal, and I don't even like the label, but the liberal way of thinking. I don't think so. However, there is always reason to take a look at yourself and see what are we doing to promote the thing that we don't like. So it's the dark mirror cards. It's the looking in the mirror. Oh, and I have a card on that. No wonder I'm saying that. So the two cards I pulled for this reading, and I am using, the deck I'm using is Starstream Oracle. And the two cards that I pulled in is this one, Call in Protection. And I go, gosh, dang it. We're always calling in protection. I mean, I've been getting a lion lately in my meditations. I've been hearing, buckle up, you're going to need a lot of strength. I go, didn't I need a lot of strength last week? Is it still going on? So maybe it is. But when I read the book on this, and a lot of times I don't read the books from cover to cover. I should. Yeah, I did just should on me. I should, because they wrote the books. They did this. They did a lot of this beautiful work, and then I stop halfway. It's probably not very respectful of me. Nonetheless, this says, call in the power of the master. And I'm like, okay, well, who is this? Because it looks like Jeshua. And it's got a number, it's the 8th card, so it's infinity, it's rebirth. And when I pulled this, and when I read the book, it was about love. Call in protection, call in love. And I went, okay, very good. I'm going to see if I can just pull it up to see who it is, if I can even get, there it is. Who is this? Who is this? Does it even give a name? It doesn't. No wonder I couldn't remember who she wrote it, what name, label she put on the master, because she didn't put one. It's love. Okay. The other card that I got was Extreme Times Require Deep Reflections, the Lemurian Dreaming Pool. Look at that. This is what I was talking about, is we need to look at ourselves to see what we're doing, where we're, how we are contributing to all this chaos, all this mess. Which is why I'm not talking about, and I'm not really doing a good job because I'm thinking about them a lot. So that's, okay. Anyway, let's get into a little bit of the cards for the week. I do have questions that you all sent me. Thank you so much. Where are we? 12:30. I'm going to try to time stamp this if I can find my pen. Okay. Okay, so let's, the cards I'm going to, when I pull them, I'm going to use, I haven't used these in a while on camera. And so I may have to switch those up a little bit just because I'm not that familiar with them. And when I was doing a practice read with them, they were reversed. And so it was like, oh, get your brain ready for that. I'm like, okay, I'll get my brain ready for that. So let's look at the week ahead. And let me just recap. We have like 3 or 4 cases or more that are going to the courts, that are being decided. One of the ones I want to read on are the Proud Boys. They're going to be sentenced today. But you have a lot of stuff in Georgia. You have a lot of stuff in DC. It's just going to be a busy week. And that is where that protection thing comes in too. That's where the reflection pool comes into. Surround ourselves in love and see how we are helping or not helping. I really want to go to that reflection pool. It's supposed to have some hieroglyphs up there. I went into some of the lava tubes, and they mainly smelled of, I'm going to say it kindly, bat guano. My younger brother said, no, it's human urine. And I go, stop, come on. It's pretty messed up. People are tagging it with spray paint. So I didn't really get to see that Lemurian reflection pool. But there's hieroglyphs of spaceships and stuff. One of these days I'll go look at it again. All right. So the week ahead, how do we navigate the week ahead? How do we stay with those 2 cards? Looking at ourselves in the reflection and surrounding us with love. Because sometimes that's just really hard. What do we need to know? What do we need to know? New cards. Ooh. They feel so good. All right, we have Seven of Swords. This is the steal. This is sneaking into camp, taking someone's defenses, leaving them a few, but mainly taking them. I'm just going to pull 6 just to see. It's being covered by the Lovers. All right, so we see where this is going. At least I do. We have the 9 of Cups, the Wish card, and in the past we have the 4 of Wands, the Celebration. And when I look at this 4 of Wands, the trickster energy in this 4 of Wands could be a false celebration. So I'm looking at this card. What do you see as false in here? I'm not really seeing anything just yet. So I'm not reading this as there's any trickster energy in this. It's just the celebration that's in the past, but as it relates to, I mean, we've all been thinking, oh, when is this going to happen? I think it's happening. I think it's happening. Temperance, the top of the reading. And, oh, interesting. The one card that came up upside down is the Wheel of Fortune. And it's spun upside down. So, and this is just the wheel. This is just the completion. I'll drop this down. You can take a look and see what we got. Yes, new tablecloth. I said on Sunday there's time to clean up a little bit, so that other one I have to wash. It's very delicate, so I've got to be careful with it. So we have the steal. Stop the steal. Is that what it is? Thief coming in, leaving us a little defenseless. And I think and it's being covered by love. So I think this is all the court cases that are going in that we are dealing with. But that's at the center. Cover it with love. You don't even need to look at it. You have your wish card. You have a celebration. And you have your temperance. Sorry, I'm flipping those way too fast. And you have your temperance up at the top. We've got a balance coming. Balance. It's not all one-sided. It's balanced. And the Wheel of Fortune is spinning, which lets me know that sometimes you're on top, sometimes you're on the bottom. It doesn't matter. Things will spin as they need to spin. This is still a completion card. 10, no matter what side you have it in. Okay? Now, some people read reversals as a lesser energy. Some people will read it as an opposite. I prefer to read it as, since I'm in this mode right now, of how is this a mirror reflection of the card. So it's more of a softer mirror reflection so that we can learn and grow from it. So don't expect complete finished. It's not going to happen. We know that. But we are starting to see with this full moon, with this illumination, we are starting to see some balance, some temperance. And when I looked at that 4 of Wands, it just reminds me, just get out in nature as much as you can. As much as you can. All right, all right. Let's look at the Proud Boys. Did I write that down? I didn't. So there are two people that are that were found guilty, and I think it's of seditious conspiracy, and they are going to get their sentences handed to them today, I believe. Let's just look at that, because I think, and the question I want to ask is, will this sentencing, whatever they get, some are talking 30 years, 25, 30 years, will this sentencing shake up the MAGA people a little bit? The ones that are sticking to their guns, the ones that are saying, I'm not flipping because I have to have, no, I almost slipped up. I almost slipped up. Some people said, hey buddy, you're skating on thin ice. I got a similar comment more than once. And one said, you failed. I'm like, really? I shouldn't leave you in charge of telling me whether I failed or not. Maybe I think you were just trying to get a reading. So anyway, I'm keeping tabs. Keeping tabs. I think I have one full and 2 halves. Maybe I'll add up all the slips and see where, anyway, that will be determined. I think I'm going to announce that on Friday, I guess, how many free readings I have to give. And it will be in the community page, and you need to be a subscriber. I think you need to be a subscriber in the community page. Anyway, and I don't know how I'm gonna know. I'm psychic. I'll ask Psychic Duck who you are and if you're a subscriber. All right, Proud Boys. Seditious conspiracy sentencing hearing today. Is it going to shake up and make some of these people go, they're not fooling around? What is the sentencing going to do for others in terms of waking up a little bit? Ooh, justice, reversed. Reversed. They're looking at justice in a different way. Being crossed by the Three of Pentacles reversed. The Three of Pentacles is all about, well, in this deck, I don't see any other people involved here. I do see the plans, so I'm not seeing the other 2 people like in the Rider-Waite giving the plans to the apprentice, but he has the plans. And so he's hard at work at it, but it's upside down. So the work that they were doing wasn't a good plan, obviously. And maybe their legal defense was not such a good plan. Not all upside down, but we have the Ten of Cups upside down. This Ten of Cups normally And if I had more freedom to speak freely, it would be the family card, the 45 family card, which I may have just slipped there. But I don't think so because it's the family. And it's upside, well, it's upside down. It's the MAGA family is, yeah, upside down. Gosh, they're all upside down. In the past, as it relates, is the Four of Cups. So this Four of Cups card is not seeing an offer, not taking an offer, and it's going to bite him. At the top of the reading that overshadows it is the Page of Wands. This is somebody that is trying to bring in some newer information. This is a guy that is trying to, it feels like when I go into this energy that they're going to try something new with it, but it's a legal defense, something new they're going to try to spin. And then in the potential near future is the Emperor. And this Emperor is going to go, do you see our laws? Do you see the big stick I'm holding? Not good. Oh, and is it a stick? Oh, it's not a stick. It looks like a rolled up something, and then it's a little cleaver. Off with your heads. I think they're going to get hit pretty hard. So let's keep going because we're asking about the MAGA people. Hang on, I pulled this from the wrong side. Ooh, that's no good. Ten of Swords. Ten of Swords. They're getting, this is going to be bad for them. So internally, they get the Ten of Swords. They get stabbed in the back. Who's stabbing them in the back? External influences is the Star, the balance. And this, to me, is the legal system balancing things out. It's the Temperance in the other reading. At the top is the King of Wands. Knight of Wands. They're hoping, there's hopes and fears, hoping that the Knight of Wands can kind of help them out. And it's like maybe this Page of Wands, this new information, this Knight of Wands coming forth, or they're going, oh, maybe this Knight of Wands, and Wands are legal information coming out. Not as bad as Swords, but just the verbal sparring. So at the top of the reading, they got a Page, but towards the final outcome, it's a Knight, a little more seasoned with the information. They're hoping that that doesn't come up. And in the final outcome, ooh, the Page of Cups. Now, this is interesting. They're a little underwater here. They're a little underwater. Their emotions, I think they're going to tap their emotions down really hard. Okay. And to clarify it, they are scared, right? They've already felt the Ten of Swords being stabbed in their back. This is the Nine of Swords getting them too. And it's all about balance. It's all about temperance. So if I were to read this in a whole thing, are they going to get a really heavy duty sentence? It's going to be fair. It's going to be balanced. It's not going to be the maximum. That would probably be more fair and balanced to me. But it may be something less than the maximum. However, it isn't going to be pretty. They're not happy with it. Definitely not happy with it. But again, in the external side of this card, they get the balance. They get the star of hope. So maybe they're hoping that the guy that's going to join them, if he wins, will pardon him or something. But it feels like the question was, are these guys that are watching this from a distance, from going, oh, could we be caught up in something like this? It feels like they are watching this, and they, because you get the temperance, because you get the star of hope, they're going, we don't want that. So let's just ask. 3 cards. Am I right in thinking that people are going to start flipping because of this sentence? Am I right in my thinking that people are going to start flipping because of the sentence being handed down to the Proud Boys? Ooh. 9 of coins. That's a yes card. Ooh. Moving on to calmer waters, reversed. That's like they're not moving into calmer waters. What are they doing? What are they doing to keep themselves in these turbulent waters? They're tied to somebody. They're not flipping yet. I don't think I interpreted that first reading correctly. They're looking at it. They're thinking about it. They're seeing what's going on. When I look at the falcon in this picture, he's got an eye covering on it. Is it falcon? I think it's falcon. He's got an eye covering on it. So they're not trusting what they're seeing. They're not trusting their intuition coming out. And in this 9 of coins, they're still in their protective little garden. They're okay. They got their money. They're in this garden. They're all right. They feel the waters. They feel the rough waters, but it's still, we'll get through it because we got money. We're in our garden. But they're tied to this dude. Okay. All right. 34 minutes. Yikes. 34. 34, 35, let's say. All right, I want to read on, I'm going to get to your questions that you post. Thank you so much for sending them in. I'm going to get to them a little later. Let's look at earthquakes. And then I want to look at Florida with this hurricane. Earthquakes and hurricanes. Woohoo! No matter what anybody says, Linda G is really good at this stuff, really good at it. But as she says, timing, you can't pick the timing. But what you can do is be prepared. So when you have a hurricane barreling down on you, and it's going to hit you in 2 days, you've already run out of time. everybody's going to be at the store. They're going to be pulling lots of water off the shelf. I was reading something about Hawaii's water because I have a water filtration system, a portable one, and it takes out a whole bunch of stuff, but it doesn't take out some of the really tiny, nasty stuff that gets into the pipes when the pipes rupture, blah, blah, blah. And I can't remember the scientific term of it or what the element is, but my water filter will not work. So you can get water from your hot water heater. Just immediately, if something happens, shut your hot water off. The intake, shut that off. Now you have a full thing of water that you can use. It may not taste that good, and that's where the filter will come in. Storing water in a big plastic tub. Again, plastic, I'm not, it just irritates me. When on the beach, I'm picking up plastic. But if you do that, change your water out every so often, okay? Follow the manufacturers. I would get like a 100-gallon thing, fill it up full of water, and then keep changing it out, making sure it's safe for water. Plastic water bottles, you got to be careful that you don't heat them up because then they leach chemicals into the water. That's no good. So, make sure you have batteries too. I like the little rechargeable packs. Some people go, yeah, but what happens after they're dead? Well, you recharge them. Well, how do you recharge them? Well, you get a solar generator or a little generator, or buy enough so that you're going to have. The other thing that I like is a hand-cranked radio. Way cool. Gives you a little bit of exercise too. All right, enough. Okay, 30, 39. Earthquake preparedness. Food, water, don't forget your pets. Okay, earthquakes. 3 cards. What can you tell us about earthquakes during this full moon? Being in California, I worry about it a lot. I am not in an earthquake-prone zone like down in LA or San Francisco, but I was near Ojai. I didn't feel it, that last one. Earthquakes in California. Let's look at LA, down south. Southern California. So that could be San Diego, LA, Southern California. I just heard Salton Sea. Earthquake, Southern California. I'm not seeing any like shaking anything, but then again, I could be wrong. 10 of Swords, being stabbed in the back. Star. All right, the 4 coins, reversed. So maybe it is the Salton Sea, being stabbed in the back. This is not a 10-point earthquake. Man, that'd be something. There is the Star of Hope, so there is balance, and it's maybe just a little shuffling around. And because I got the 4 coins, this card normally suggests hanging on to your money, keeping it tight to your chest. This earthquake, wherever it is, may cost a little bit of money. Not a lot, a little, because it's 4. So this this 10 of swords, though, let's pull a different deck. 10 of swords, talk to me about this 10 of swords with earthquake. What do I need to know? 10 of swords with earthquake. Is it a big city? Let's go there. Is it a big city? Could be a big city. All right. So again, this is entertainment only. Just an intuitive hit, looking at the cards. So, is it going to be big? King of Wands. It's going to be big. Where's it going to be? Is it big city? Well, that says, yeah, big city. And I looked at this card and I go, huh, Knave of Cups. Water, fish coming out of the cup, out of the calm. I thought San Diego. I don't know why I didn't think of LA, because LA's right near there. And then we got the Knight of Wands. We have information riding on strength. So again, I don't think it's going to be that bad. Just prepare. Prepare. All right. Let's look at Florida real quick, and then I'm going to... Earthquake. Okay. And then we're going to move on. Be done. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for liking and subscribing. Thank you for supporting the channels. And thank you for your comments. Oh my gosh. I've been... The comments that you all send are so great. So I appreciate them all. I may not comment on them. You know, I try to let you know that I did read them. I do read them all, even the ones I haven't commented on from a year ago. Well, where did those come from? Oh, and I have to look at my held for review. Sometimes YouTube just holds them up and I go, why? Why? All right, Florida. Florida's like California, too. Oh, I didn't read on the San Francisco earthquakes. Uh-oh. Hang on. And I should, because my brother's going to be up on the Golden Gate Bridge. Okay, I'm going to read on that real quick. Brother on Golden Gate Bridge. This is my Buddhist brother. This isn't the hillbilly brother. So I don't want you all thinking, oh, can we have a precise little earthquake that knocks the hillbilly brother? Come on now. Come on now. Still my brother. As is every creature. Yes, I did. I called Republicans creatures. San Francisco. 6 cards. They're going to have an earthquake soon from this super full moon. You know, and I did not get a tower moment on that last reading, so it's not like it's huge. Just costs a little bit of money. Okay, Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Swords. Ooh. The World, the Magician, yikes, the Sun, the hell, and the 9 of Wands, a little restriction. Wow, 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 what do I make of this? What do you all make of this? Take a look at this. Is there going to be an earthquake in San Francisco? Talking about my younger brother here. Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Swords. I don't know if y'all can see that. Ace of Swords, 2 new beginnings. One, a new project, it's going to cost some money, new something, new truth coming out of the sky. They're both coming. You have the World card here, the Magician card in the past, and the Sun card at the top. Illumination, magic, completion, world. And then you have the 9 of Wands being restricted. Why this world card? It's kind of throwing me. Because I say in San Francisco. I think what's going to happen here, as I pull this up for entertainment only, I think there's going to be an earthquake somewhere else that they are going to look at, the officials in San Francisco are going to look at and say, yeah, we need to do a little more preparedness. Okay, let's go to Florida. Let's go to Florida. Hope I'm recording. Oh, I don't have my microphone in. Oh, that sucks. Okay. I have it here, but I don't have it plugged in. Mercury retrograde. I'll fix it. I'll fix it in post. The problem is when I start fixing it in post, then I start editing things out. And, it's crazy. 48. Florida. And the thing with Florida that I was getting into is that it's so big. So you can have Florida Keys, you can have Miami, you can have the Central Coast, central part, you can have the northwest part. And while we're doing that, let's pray for Cuba. Oh, yeah, they're getting hit right now, I think. And I asked Lori, I said, how hot is the water in the Gulf? I could Google it, but because I was surprised. My earthquake, my hurricane app says that it's going to come in as a 2. I haven't looked at it recently. And I went, I thought that water was like 90 degrees plus. I can't believe it's just going to stay at 2 traveling across all that warm water. So I'm going to pull 9 cards, top, middle, bottom. Let's see what we get. Hurricane. What do the people of Florida need to know? Besides, get ready for anything. Y'all should have your fuel, your generators, propane. Don't cook inside. I know you don't need to heat your house, but if you do cook inside or whatever and you're using propane, you've got to have a lot of ventilation. And don't, I mean, I know we have gas stoves and stuff, but those propane stoves, you can knock them over. There's a lot that can go wrong that you got to be extra careful with. Okay. The hurricane coming at Florida. 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. Okay. All right. Let me take a look. Drop this down. Y'all can see what I'm looking at. So, north east of Florida, around Tallahassee and stuff, we have the Knight of Swords coming in fast. Things are swinging. They're flying. And again, Eight of Wands coming in fast. And then a lot of illusion, delusion, confusion. So northern Florida, be really careful. Be extra prepared. There may be a lot of confusion after whatever is coming that's coming in fast comes in. So I'm saying northern. Central. Again, depending on where you are, if you're a little close to the north, you're going to get hit with a little bit. And you have the Nine of Wands. It's a little restrictive. It's not too bad. It may cost some money, but you guys have the Queen of Cups, nice and calm. Please make sure your cup has provisions in it. And down south, fighting windmills, so maybe they think they're going to get something, but nah. They've got the Ace of Swords, a new truth that's coming, and then they have the Four of Swords, which is a timeout, relax card. In this deck, it doesn't feel like illness or sickness. It just feels like a meditation. And to me, I gotta, missed us. However, I could certainly read this as they're getting hit with something new. But really not. I'm not getting that sense yet. Maybe down the road, maybe another one. Okay, so northern, watch out. Central, not too bad, but bad enough. Okay, thank you guys for watching. Be prepared. Do it now. Listen to the emergency people, to FEMA. I know they get a bad rap, but if they say, hang on, duck and cover, duck and cover. Thank you guys for watching. Peace and love.